Hello everybody and welcome back to the labs. I am Towsty and thank you for joining me here on another episode of InfinityLabs Season 2. Yeah. Alright, look at this. Sun's just setting down below here. I got my scimitar, my scimitar, my cutlass, whatever this is called. Just flames flowing in the wind. Somehow it doesn't bother me. But last time we ended off looking at a logistics pipe system, and today we're going to pick up where we left off. But one thing that I talked about before was that you guys may have remembered or noticed that I was moving very fast. And even faster when I go over these booster stones. Alright, so why am I moving so fast? Well, I don't move fast when I go in that. Fantastic. Well, you may know that I'm playing on a server with a bunch of peeps, and Monacan here is one of the other operators, one of the other server admins, is really good at Britannia. And so I asked him the other day, because I was just so tired of, when I was moving these barrels back and forth, especially down there, I was so tired of running back and forth and going so slow that I asked him if I could have a donation. So he donated me a sash from Britannia that goes in the bobble slot. What I asked for was an item called the Sojourner Sash, which gives you step up, much like my Longfall Freerunner boots do, and it gives you extra speed and jump. Now you can't really tell if the jump, but that's the jump. But it gives you extra speed, and he was nice enough to actually donate us not the Sojourner Staff, but the Globetrotter, or Sojourner Sash, but the Globetrotter Sash, which is even faster and more fanciful. And so, we have a big shout out and thank you to Monacan for that, because now I can move around real quick. And we will be getting into Britannia eventually. I just wasn't in a place to do it when I asked for it. We're just going to break up some of this stuff because it's bothering me. That's here. And we'll have to put some stuff away. There was something else I didn't need right now. All right. So we're looking at this logistics pipe system, and I'm almost ready to send the first items through it. But what I'd like to do is, again, I don't know how well this will work, is say I've got, some limestone, some andesite. Let's take a bit of gravel. Let's take a lot of gravel, actually. Just a stack here. Stack of gravel. There we go. All right. And we'll actually put up our, well, no. We do need our wrench. I don't know why I put that away. So here's our wrench, right? If you right click on these, you can configure these. They just have to right click with a wrench. So I would like this to request stone. And I don't have a barrel for limestone. Really? I hate that stuff. And then we'll say cobblestone and gravel. And we'll see if this works. And we'll say dirt. You can go over here. See, we got andesite. That'll be here. That's some marble. Now the marble, obviously, I don't have the right kind of marble set up yet. But we'll go with that. If we come up here, we've got this ender chest here. And below the ender chest, if I can do it, is kind of a fancy pipe. I hate the limestone. You can go. Now this fancy pipe is just a chassis Mark 1, which is basically all you need is a... I hate it when it does that. You take your logistics pipe Mark 1 and you put a couple redstone and 3 redstone across the top. So it's like this, but these 3 are redstone instead of iron. So there's 2 iron and 3 redstone, and that makes the logistics pipe Mark 1. And in it is an extractor Mark 3 module. The Mark 3 extractor is so fast, but what it'll do is it'll just pull from the inventory that's next to it and put it into the network. So we got lapis for the base extractor module, lapis and iron gear, a blank module, and some redstone. And the blank module is just paper, redstone, gold ingot. And then you need a Mark 2 with a diamond gear, and a Mark 2 is a Mark 1 with a gold gear. So it's actually really not that hard to make at all. So if I put this stuff in here, I'm hoping it goes somewhere. It may not know what it's doing, though. So if we go downstairs, You should see it fire down through the system. See if we can chase it. There, it just came in. It went. It worked. I think it worked. I sound very surprised because I am very surprised that it worked. I didn't think it would send it to both. Oh, no, it didn't. It seems to be caught. So, there we go. Eventually, it figured it out. And I'm going to leave it and see if that's actually a possibility. But it did seem to figure it out. And it actually... Did it take the birch? Because that would have been interesting. I didn't tell it to request birch, and it shouldn't just look. Get through the door. No, it didn't. So, if we come downstairs... and we just add some birch to this request system, we should see it. You see it fluttered and particled there? That's because the birch made it through. And that's how fast it is. And that's a really simple sorting system. Now, what I would like to do is eventually... Oh, there we go. Why is it... There it goes. So it'll try back and forth, it seems, eventually. But eventually it will figure it out. What I would really prefer, though, is that these would be Mark II chassis pipes, which is why I made a few of them, but I don't have the materials to make more. But if these were Mark II chassis pipes, I can put polymorphic item upgrades, or item modules, which are, they only allow items that are already in an inventory. So you can send it down, and it would push only birch into here. It looks in what the inventory it's connected to. Even if it had a lot more space, it wouldn't matter. And then I could also do provider modules or supplier modules, whichever the other one's called, that will allow me to pull from these pipes later. And that's something that we will look into upgrading, I think. For now, what I really want to do is just get a good system of automation, or sorting, because eventually what will happen is we will have some ore processing to figure out. And I got 5 more, so I'm going to take these down because these don't need to be here. I set this up last episode and I kind of regretted it, and so I'm going to fix it now. There we go. Perfect. We'll just throw the rest of our barrels down here. Now, this may screw with a few things. I may need to put some stuff in here just to say, like, hold on, let's, sort this out. I think I'm going to grab my stuff from here that I kind of have extra of. See, limestone's one, that there. Yeah, that should be okay. Oh no, we've already got that marble. Stupid limestone. Oh, these are pavers. So with my auto smelt pick, as I pick up red power marble, the stuff, or blue power marble, it actually cooks it into these tiles, which I don't know how I feel about that, but that's all right. Mostly because the texture is a little right now. That's all right, though. What I'm hoping is that if I go up here and put in stone, the stone doesn't get put into one of those empty barrels. I'm a little worried about that, but it's not requesting it, so it really shouldn't. And I probably missed it, so that's a good thing. It means it didn't happen the way I thought it would. Awesome. So we're good to go there. Oh, no, it just came through, didn't it? Yep. Perfect. Perfect. So we've got our ender chest pulling things out, which means that when we get a quarry set up, all we need is an ender chest to move. Oh, actually, I already made the secondary ender chest, right? And we've got to get a bit of ore processing figured out here. So the stuff will come down, it'll know what ores will go where, sort itself out, and be sent through a system, which will probably go back upstairs for the main crafting stuff, for the ingots and the dusts and stuff like that. But I'll have to figure that part out in a moment. So give me a couple minutes to set up the next thing. I gotta do quite a lot of digging and sort out my inventory, and then we'll be back. All right, and we're back, and I'm just about to craft up a couple more things. I wanted to get some chests going here, so I'm gonna make. Well, I was going to make some upgrades, but I just remembered I actually could just make these chests now, couldn't I? Every once in a while, I look at what I'm recording, and I get really confused because it doesn't translate at the exact same amount of time, and so it just gets a little wonky. But I wanted to make a couple of chests to help with our main areas, and so chests, no, chest. What we're gonna make, I don't know, I don't need any. I don't know why I'm doing this. Some diamond chests, which will then be gold chests after iron. And then diamond chests after that. Just put some glass around it like so. Boom. We got a couple more. I already put one in here. And we've made a few things that I think are pretty great, actually. And this will be for our crafting shizwas. So let's do... I got some pops over here. Chassis, yeah, I want the Mark IIs on this for sure. Actually, do I have a Mark II on this? I don't even remember. No, I just have this as the default route. That's right. I don't mind that actually at all. Well, I don't think I can have a default route that's set to provide. I don't know. I'll look at that. But we'll put our chassis Mark II down here. And throw in a polymorphic item sync and a polymorphic item sync again. And then what we're going to do is going to pull this out. I don't know that I showed this off yet. I made this a while back to start moving my barrels around. But this is the matter transporter from Practicalities, which just lets you pick things up and move them. And so we're going to pick some of these up and move it. And somewhere nearby. Now this is going to be real slow, but I don't care. Womp. So this will start pulling everything out very slowly. Very slowly. And eventually it will finish putting everything in here. And then what we're going to do after that is add the dust. Actually, I guess I could start it now. I'll just move my torch temporarily. Oh, it's dark. It's all right. Boom. And then we'll swap out this other half in a minute. And so this will be all our dusts. This will be all of our ingots and other processed materials. And then I'll probably add one more in the end for our main mechanism pieces. But eventually we can just upgrade these with supplier modules, which will be really, 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 really handy. Buildcraft adds facades, right? Yeah, so I should be able to cover up these blocks underneath here with something. I mean, I'll figure that out in a minute. I hate the way that looks, though. It is temporary. So I wanted to show you guys. I don't think there's any in here still. I upgraded my sword. It is now a cobalt sword instead of a alumite. So with tinkers or with iguana tweaks, you can upgrade the parts on your tools pretty easily. So I've got a few cobalt left over and thought, why don't I show you guys this? Before I do that though, I do want to see something. I made this cobalt and I made it using Minechem, and I want to see if there's a way to make Ardite using Minechem easily. Argon. Is that it? So what does argon come from? This is how you do chemistry, folks. Skystone. Just gives you random stuff. Okay. So there's a 90% chance I can get it from Skystone. Chemical bucket of argon. Not helpful. Yeah, not much. all you got to do though is we will use cobalt for this. This takes 1 cobalt, right? So we'll cook up 1 piece of cobalt. And here's how we made our cobalt. In fact, why don't I show you how we made our cobalt. I went around and I hunted some cactus. There's a real nice desert right here. Lots of cactus to be had. And oh boy, Snowyville is over that direction. Interesting. Okay. So let's go down below. Whoop, whoop. And come down here. If we take our cactus green and we decompose it, you'll see that we get this zinc green, right? Which gives us zinc and oxygen if we decompose this. And then it also gives us another wonderful material. So let's let this finish real quick. All right. Put this in here and we get cobalt. With 16 of these, we feed cobalt. Why aren't you producing cobalt? Oh, there's only 12 in there right now. So, there we go. That was why. 16 cobalt is recipe. Put some in here, and it made us a cobalt, right? So that is great, because cobalt is like one of the hardest materials that you can make things out of. There is manillion, or manulin, depending on who you talk to. That is an alloy between cobalt and ardite, and it's super, super powerful. Like, it's a really good metal to use, and we don't have access to ardite just yet, so I don't have a lot of skystone to be thrown around. So we're just going to do this. So it's important to know that when you want to upgrade your tools, they have to be fully repaired. Now, our mining level is already cobalt, so that's not going to do anything for us. It's not going to increase our mining level or anything like that. It should increase our durability, and it may even increase our mining speed, which at the moment, the mining speed is 23, which is pretty fast. So, come on, cook up. Come on, cook. This is ridiculous. Is it running out of lava? Well, we'll come back to that in a second. And then the other thing that I did while I was hunting for those guys is I found some cows. And, oh, there it is. I did breed them, so. Earlier, I needed some wheat to make a dummy, right? So the wheat's over there. Excuse me. So I had a bit of wheat that had grown, and I got some here that I just threw on the ground with our draconic evolution placement. And I found the cows. So when I was out exploring, you remember that really cool snow village with the fort? If you didn't, go check out. I think that was last episode. Boy, it's been a weird day. Go check that out because I found a lot of safari balls. I got one left there. Let me turn off that debug thing. That's better. One left there. I had a couple of jailer safari balls that I used. I'm not really sure why I used both the jailer ones, but I picked up these cows over there. I finally found cows out by the desert. And so I figured I'll start breeding them and farm them up real good. I want to have small maintenance farms that just kind of keep a good amount of material stocked, but don't actually hold that many entities or anything, so that it's easy on the server. Not that we're having any issues, but for once. This is still pulling away. Again, this is super, super slow. We could speed this up in so many ways. I could do it manually, it'd be way faster, but I don't want to empty out my inventory. So we got some blue liquid in here, it looks like now. Yes, 1 cobalt. So we'll put the cobalt on the bottom, pour it into our cast here. And all you gotta do is have the fully repaired one, and I believe, where'd it go? There it is. You should be able to do it in your crafting grid. No, you do need to do it in the tool forge then. So you just put it in the tool forge with the tool, and you'll see what effect it'll have. It'll be skill level awesome. For some reason, it thinks our mining level is going to go down. That doesn't actually happen when I pull it out, if I remember correctly. And the mining speed should go up as well. Well, actually, it might not. So our mining level, wow, it did go down. That's actually a bug. It's supposed to be cobalt still. And I will take care of something to fix that. Or just go digging for a while. I don't know. Speed is good. Everything else is okay on it. But that's how you upgrade your tools. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that should not have happened at all. At all. So, let's see what we got going on here. So right now, I need these to finish up. I'll be back. Okay, so, whoa. Weird stutters. Got it all moved in. Got everything figured out here. So this is not actually hooked up yet, but this is going to be like our machines and parts and stuff chest for now. And I will upgrade that eventually as well. And then this is what we call the default route. So this is the, I don't have anywhere I'm told to go or nobody's asking for whatever, but here, I'll just stand here. Like this is the last ditch route. So in your logistics pipe network, there are lots of things asking for items, sending items, requiring, and in the midst of all that, you can call things to yourself, and different circumstances and situations like that can happen. And so what needs to exist is a pipe that always has the lowest priority. Doesn't matter what else is going on. This is the lowest priority, which means this is the last place anything will end up. But everything is destined to go here pretty much as long as it's not snagged on the way. So and this has nothing to do with how close a entry point into the network is to a destination. So just because these two are right beside each other doesn't mean things are going to go here first, because it is the lowest and everything wants to go to the lowest eventually. It's like, for example, if there are 100 priorities on your network, it will by default work its way down through all 99 priorities before it gets to number 1, and that's when it would hit here. So even though we're putting stuff in here that's going to go to our barrels down below, they're still going to go to those barrels before they come here, if that makes sense. And I may have just made that overly complicated in my head, but, well. For example, I'm pretty sure, yeah, so sand must not be located in a barrel yet. It is in one, it's just not assigned to one yet. Didn't mean to do that. There's some sand there. Okay. So if we come over here and I need to find a couple ore actually. So what? Oh no, that's gonna cook them. It won't if it's osmium. Let's go see if we can find some osmium. This is kind of a problem right now because we don't have a lot of materials, and I wouldn't mind processing some of these materials, but we end up cooking everything automatically, which is a little annoying. Was that emerald right there? No, it's uranium. So let's just run down one of our veins here and see. We've done quite a bit of digging. That one kind of stops prematurely, I think. Or is it because there's lava or something there? Yellorium. Yellorium. Did I get the yellorium? I did. +1 mining level. Yay, now it's recovered and it's back to its old cobalty self. Oh my goodness. Good job, me. Please stop. Please stop. You know what I do need? I do need some obsidian because I would like to go to the nether at some point. And so let's just do a quick poke around here. Yeah, see? There's lava everywhere. It always is more than you think. Whoops. Let's see what we can get, what damage we can do with this. Now that should have vein mined. We are having a bit of tick lag as some mods retrogen a few things. Apparently it's enough to not vein mine properly.
User left your channel.
Well, that was interesting. How can they do that? I'm not... Oh, okay. Alright, well we do have some more to process. And that was the gist of why I came down here. Where's my steps at? Really do need to make that bigger, don't I? Hello. Up the steps we go. Okay, so right now if we put some stuff in the enriching factory, it will automatically spread them out. So I upgraded these with factories. These are the basic factories. There's 2 more levels above these. I think you can have up to 9 slots eventually is what if they haven't changed in the most recent mechanism build. And there's different things that you can do. There's different gases you can put in here for different purposes. And I kind of regret going with logistic pipes right now because I really should be trying the updates to the logistical sorters that come from mechanism. But we may get into that later. I may just fool around with that just for fun though. So right now, if I put this blue power silver ingot in here, it should automatically have made its way in here. It did not. Why is that? Because there's probably no blue power silver ingot. It's all IC2, isn't it? Yes, it is. Well, we can fix that. But for now, for example, if I put this back in here, when I put the silver ingot in here now and the ferrous ingots in here, they will go to this because we have the polymorphic item upgrade or polymorphic module upgrade sync thingy mobber, which is basically just saying if something already exists, it has a high priority to come here. So if this chest was empty, nothing would ever come here. Now I want to look at something. The dictionarificationer. What's up? So we want to make the dictionarificator. That's hard to say. We need a glass pane, a chest. I do believe I have a chest. No, you know what? I don't have a chest anywhere. Oh, I have one in my inventory. Alright, we need a chest. We need a glass pane. We need a crafting table in here is what we need. Which I'm just going to put right there for now. Just for now. So glass pane. The ore dictionary, which is a book and a circuit, which pretty sure we can handle. No probs. Why is this? Well. A circuit, and I do have some books. See, this is why we always chop down booking thingies, whatever they're called, bookcases when we're in villages. Because we got us a dictionary. Now, the dictionary in and of itself is quite a handy little device. That's it, right? Just those. Okay. So just come back, grab 2 more of these, and 4 of these. The dictionary tells you what. There you go. You shift click it. Okay, the UI seems to be a little messed up right now. But if I were to drop something, maybe I can't. Ah, there it is. Okay, so it's changed. My texture pack just doesn't make it work properly. It tells you what the ore dictionary name for the Forge dictionary, what it is that this item goes by. So every other steel in the game, not every, well, if the mod author decides to. So like we have steel from, well, we have reinforced alloy or whatever it's called from Industrial Craft, which is technically steel. We have steel from Mechanism, from Tinkers, from Quantum Flux, from, you know, quite a few mods. They're all labeled as ingot steel, and in their programming are referenced as ingot steel in the ore dictionary. So when you're using them in the recipe for different things, it tells you, or it allows you to use other people's steel. And that's the beauty of the ore dictionary. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that and turn it into something better. Now, I really hope you can pipe through this thing, because, boy, that would be a pain if you couldn't. Because as it stands, I don't think... Oh, that's the wrong one. Glad I looked at that. I'm going to take some silver. Let's just make sure this is the only silver we have in here. Yep. Some silver from, I'm going to say new filter, right? Take some silver from blue power. And this is a new item. We're going to say ingot silver. And we're going to change it to thermal foundation silver. Because why not? Right? That's what thermal foundation silver looks like. So if we go silver, ingot, we see silver thermal foundation, blue power, and X Nilo. And then we also have IC2 item ingot silver, blah, blah, blah. I like thermal foundation ingots. They look nice. The blue power one looks pretty good too, but I like the thermal foundation one. Put this in here. It will one at a time, unfortunately. Oh, that's not bueno. Oh, I'm so not okay with that. Well, this is a way to do it. So if you wanted to convert your ingots so everything looks the same, this is how you do it. You may not want to do that because it's ridiculous that it cannot be automated. Or at least not with these items. Maybe it can go in and out. Ooh, maybe it's side only. Well, that is a real shame. I mean, a real shame. I wish you could automate this bad boy. But, alas, you cannot. So, well, at least not with transfer nodes. I'll look into that later. But that's the idea. We really do want to be able... Where? Go back. So, anyways, silver polymorphic item upgrade. Pretty simple. Why don't we put obsidian in there for now? But the rest of this should be able to find its way somewhere. And the idea is that after a while, you throw stuff in here. You just come look at this and say, okay, no, I don't want this in here. I don't want this in here. I don't want this in here. Actually, these can stay, right? And then come over here and say, I do want these kinds of things in here. So, today, what we've managed to do is create a little bit of a sorting system, right? We managed to take our systems and upgrade them a little bit. What I would like to do is do a bit of labeling here. I'm going to take, let's just do a gold uranium. Take 2 uranium ingots. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. And just place them on the front of that chest like that. Actually, that looks stupid. Yeah, 1 looks a lot better. And we'll take a piece of redstone. Well, actually, I like the Tesla type. Take a piece of redstone, put it there. Oh, you know what the problem's gonna be though? Every time we go to open it from the front, we're gonna see. That'll work. No, well, my OCD won't let me stay like that. Why don't we put a pipe here? Because it looks awful. That's why we're not going to put a pipe there. We'll put an alloy for now. And that kind of reminds us what is in which chest. And I just realized these are still upside down. In my opinion. Ooh, what about me? And then the other thing I would like to do, we have some dusts sitting somewhere. We don't have a lot of iron right now, but we will. And we have a lot of redstone. But I don't want to use the redstone. I would like to use something like the osmium dust. And this is the enricher. So we'll place that on the ground here. Place the iron ingot on the ground here. And then, well, we'll just remember crushing there. That's kind of a little layout of how I've got things set up so I don't forget later. Let's just give our cows a lovely breed here, shall we? 1, 2. You peeps have another baby. Let's get out our watering can. Give me a second. All right, so every episode, what on earth just happened? Okay, every episode, not every episode, every once in a while, I think what I'd like to do is just kind of show off some of the stuff that's happening on the server, because you guys have never seen it, not that I know of anyways. And a couple of people have been recording. I don't know how much of it has gone to YouTube at all yet, but right now I'm gonna flip on over to one of our admins base. It's me, Hoyer, up there, and Monacan. The two of them have been working together to build a base, and they have very, very different specialities, I think, in what they do, or not, just in like the way they've expanded. They focused on different mods and it's really, really cool. So let me hop over to him. I have a warp point set up for his base. All right, and so here we are. Oh, it'll just give it a second. I'll load kind of in, but this is their, I'm not sure if this is like their first base or second. I think this is their second base. They eventually moved everything over here. Let's just get a bit of hover going on, right? So they made this dome, and I remember the first base that he made was actually underwater, which was really cool as well. So they've got some interesting builds. And I just want to explore around a little bit. We'll see a lot of this in the future, at least in implementation. We've got some fluid transposers, some tesseracts, just some really cool blocks from Z-Tones. More fluid transposers. This is all of his auto crafting stuff. And if you take a gander inside here, it's pretty complicated. But we will get into a lot of this stuff later. Let me turn off my magnet while I'm thinking about it. Where'd he go? Well, he can have those. But yeah, there's some really, really cool stuff going on the server. So that would be his some of his automation there. Here is his process for automating inscribers, and this processors from Applied Energistics. And we'll get into a lot of this, but this is a really cool. I love the first time I was in here, this was not all done. And when I first came over to look, I thought, because I came over earlier when he was building this, and none of this structure was here. None of this purple stuff from Z-Tones. It was just these and all the cabling. And the amount of cabling and stuff that's in here is pretty crazy. And it's really well done. And he, Hor did this part all by himself, as far as I know. And he's only recently sort of taken the adventure of Applied Energy 6 channels underway and really, like, made some cool stuff with it. So this is pretty elaborate and pretty advanced. But this automatically will keep his inventory stocked, or his Applied Energy system stocked full of things that need to be crafted. So if we just take a quick gander in here, I'm not sure if we'll be able to actually. Yeah, we can see he's got enough stuff in this system to do a lot of. What the heck was that? What? That's hilarious. A lot of damage. So we'll just go down a level here, and this is where his auto crafting takes place. These are just decorative, but these are some more of his auto crafting components. You need to have these molecular assemblers and interfaces together. This is how he's chosen to do it up. These are chisel blocks. And then, of course, the ME controller is back there beneath the chisel blocks, and lots of auto crafting processors. Not really sure what's in this pillar here. Let's see if we can go down to the level, and this is just kind of an observation area as far as I know. You keep going down, and you are out of the base. Really cool. We did miss something. Where's the big red dome at? There used to be another dome out here. Well, where is your blood magic stuff? He has a whole other part to this, and one that I'll show you real quick is Mono's Botania stuff, because again, they've been working together. And I'll show that to you right quick. That is not what I meant to do. There you go. And so this is their old base. This was the dome of domes. I mean, this was... What spell is this? I gotta talk to him about that. All right. And then, so this is kind of where their original auto crafting and processing got put in. But he made this is all underwater, and this dome took them a long time to make. But this is his main blood altar. This is a, ooh. Whew.
User left your channel.
All right. So this, we're having an issue where the blood altars go invisible. But yeah, this is his main blood altar. I thought this looked really cool and that you guys need to see it. It's a really neat use of these totems from Thaumcraft. And then if you come over here and you step on the translocator, you end up underneath where a lot of his automation and setup and his maintenance actually is happening as well. And we'll just pop out of here. And then I'll hop on over to Mono as well, because Mono's base, this is an extension, right? This is where he's been doing all his Botania stuff, and usually Botania has to be outside. But this setup, I will be showing off more in the future. But these guys have been working on this for a long time, and there's actually a whole other part of their base that I think so anyways, that I haven't shown off yet. But this is Mono's Botania setup, which is, I mean, so effective that it fills up mana pools and he's at about a minute. So that's crazy. And now that we got some stuff figured out so that the mana bursts don't get deleted, it fills it up properly. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode and are looking forward to seeing some of this crazy automation and advanced stuff in the episodes to come. I'm going to do some more work off camera, working forward in the tech tree and trying to get things figured out. But until next time, leave me a like or subscribe if you enjoyed it. hang up your lab coats on the way out, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces!